Second Amendment advocates, at least the intellectually consistent ones of them, are furious, and other Americans just plain confused with the Trump administration's claims that Saturday's shooting may have been justified because Alex Preddy was carrying a gun, even though he had a license to carry a concealed weapon. Here's FBI Director Kash Patel Sunday morning.
No one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines. That is not a peaceful protest.
Let's discuss this with Rob Doar. He's the president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center and the general counsel for the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus. Rob, the Minneapolis police chief says that Alex Preddy was a legal gun owner with a permit to carry. Right off the bat, is Kash Patel right there? I mean, no one who has a loaded gun is allowed to go to a protest?
Absolutely incorrect with Minnesota state law and federal law. In fact, I remember many anti-mask, anti-lockdown protests right here in Minnesota that had people lawfully armed there. So there's nothing in Minnesota law that prohibits that.
So White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked to respond to FBI Director Patel's comment. She emphasized the president's support for gun rights today. She also said this. Take a listen.
While Americans have a constitutional right to bear arms, Americans do not have a constitutional right to impede lawful immigration enforcement operations. And any gun owner knows that when you are carrying a weapon, when you are bearing arms, and you are confronted by law enforcement, you are raising the assumption of risk and the risk of force being used against you.
So correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But I don't think that's a legal standard, right? I mean, like the idea that if you have a concealed weapon and permit, you should know that you have an elevated expectation that law enforcement might use force against you. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, you're right. There is no expectation. In fact, it cuts the other way. When somebody's lawfully armed, they're not posing a threat. Permit to carry holders here in Minnesota commit crimes at a rate 7 to 10 times lower than the general public. They're the people who go through the training, they get the background checks, they pay the fee, they do everything the right way. They're significantly less likely to pose a threat. And I'm concerned that these comments have a chilling effect, telling people that they have to choose between exercising their First Amendment right or their Second Amendment right.
We've seen other notable examples over the past few years of armed protesters. You noted one earlier. None resulted in this kind of response from the federal government or law enforcement. In 2020, a group of protesters brought firearms to the Michigan State House to demonstrate against COVID lockdowns. It is legal to carry firearms in the Michigan State House. A husband and wife touted their guns at Black Lives Matter protesters in St. Louis as they walked by the protesters. In 2020, they pled guilty to misdemeanor charges. They also spoke at the Republican National Convention in 2020, we should note. Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, who was found not guilty after he shot 3 protesters, killing 2 in Wisconsin in 2020. Kyle Rittenhouse has since spoken at a number of Turning Point USA events and even met President Trump at Mar-a-Lago in 2021. So I guess the question is the Trump administration actually asserting that Trump supporters have more Second Amendment rights than Trump protesters?
Yeah, that's certainly been, some of the challenges that have been thrown towards the administration, the inconsistency in the messaging. There's also been just numerous inaccuracies about law, about the type of firearm he was carrying, whether it was a crime to have his ID, tons of misinformation coming out, and it's either just willfully ignorant or intentionally deceptive.
Wait, just to you know gun laws in Minnesota better than I. Kristi Noem has said the fact that he didn't have an ID on him was a crime. That's not true.
That's not true. You are required by statute to have your ID and your permit with you. But if you don't have it, it is a petty misdemeanor citation that has to be dismissed once you provide the documentation. It's basically a fix-it ticket. And that petty misdemeanors aren't crimes in Minnesota. So she's basically saying that if you get a fix-it ticket for a broken taillight, that makes you a criminal.
All right, Rob Doar, thank you so much. And thanks for your intellectual consistency on this issue. It's sorely lacking in a lot of gun rights groups here in Washington, D.C. Minnesota